video about the sources and uses in this worksheet, and or another term it's utilized is use of funds. And what this document is, it's really important when you're going for not only an SBA loan for business loans to show exactly what you need the money for. I know I've done a previous video on this, but now I have another document that is even more, it's a lot better, that it shows not only what you need the funds for, but if you invested a lot of money into a project, how to document that. So for example, I remember I was helping a funeral director. This is a gentleman who not only was as a funeral director working for someone else, but also an embalmer. And over the years that he had worked for another person, he has saved up not only money, but equipment, so that once he started his own business, he will have all the, all this equipment and so forth to be able to start this business venture with. Well, how do you document that information if you're going to start that business? And that can be in any venture that you're going to do. Maybe you're going to start a restaurant, or we financed a skating rink, or whatever it is, whatever you've saved up for. All right, having said that, you're like, let me see this document and go over it. And let's do that. So the first thing right here, it says the use of funds. So you put your business name, next to it, and the total use of funds that you requested, and what exactly you need the funds for. It's a real estate purchase, and then you would put here under the description, you put the address, which would be appropriate right here, and then the total amount that you purchasing it for. The business acquisition, so the purchase price or the asset stock purchase. So if you're buying whatever that amount is, and then you just write, which one is it? Are you buying all the assets of the business? Are you buying all the stocks of the business? In another video, we can talk out the advantages or disadvantages of actually buying the stock versus purchasing the assets of a business. If that's something you're interested in, just put that in the bottom of the video. As far as the equipment, specify in the including the worksheet all the equipment. And like I was talking about, that gentleman wanted to, he had brought a lot of equipment to this new business venture that he has. And so, but right here, we're just saying various, whatever type of equipment, and then the total amount. Refinance existing debt. So if this is debt that is on, and I've done another video, and I'll put it in the bottom, what is a business debt schedule, if you don't know what that is. But you put in here exactly what you need, what you're paying off. Like I'm working on a deal right now where we're paying off taxes. That's really difficult to do under SBA loan. But like, let's just say you're paying over, paying other loans or equipment loans or whatever it is. You put that and describe that and the amount. Leasehold improvements. So whatever the quotes associated with that. So hey, it's leasehold improvements for the back part of the facility, whatever that is, you put that there, and then the total amount. And then working capital. So a lot of times people put a catch-all of working capital. It's the more specific that you are, the better that you are. And other, whatever it is that is not on here, just specify that. Just real quick, back to the working capital. It's better to specify all the things. So like maybe it's utility deposits. It is equipment. Well, not equipment because that goes there. Maybe it's inventory. Whatever it is, I'll specify on here. All right, and so the working capital worksheet. So typically, a lot of times what goes into working capital will be like a lease deposit. Like if you're not purchasing the real estate, but you need to put down a deposit. Pre-opening rent. What is your monthly rent expense? When does your rent payment begin? How many months of rent will you pay during the construction period? And this is obviously, if this is a startup and you're looking to do all this, this is having this breaking down will really help you. What's the legal expense prior to opening? Do you need an attorney to review your lease agreement? Do you need to form an entity? Whatever, or maybe there's agreements that you need to have for your customers. You need to put together whatever that is. What expenses will you incur for business license or permits on your project? So, and then all of these, obviously, you got to explain. The more you, and I will say this, the better you explain, the more likely you will be approved, because it shows that you know your business and what you're doing. So the better that you do on that, the better likely you will be approved. What's the estimated monthly advertising expense prior to opening the business? So maybe there's a ramp up period that you need to do in order to open. So the one thing I want to say too is, let's just say you've already opened. You want to document what you've already expended and what you've already expended it for, to show that you have some skin in the game, that you're in this and you've done a good job on this. So what incur expense for training employees prior to opening the business? I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Maybe you had to pay for some training manuals and so forth like that, or you're bringing someone and you're hiring someone to train somebody else, so you put all that in. Will you have a monthly salary expense prior to opening an event? This includes the salary for the owners or any employees, consultant, if you're paid prior to business operations. So if you've spent a lot of money out on these kind of things, this will really helpful to show that, hey, you're in this, full blown, So put that. What deposits or prepayments will you have prior to opening up the business, called insurance, utilities, etc.? And then, of course, explain those. Other expense prior to opening a business does not include machinery, equipment, architect, engineering. So yeah, that doesn't include those, but I guess it's up here. It is those items, right? And then here your projected, so post opening. So all of these are prior to opening, and then these are post opening, right? So what in insurance, payroll, rent expense, utilities, projected monthly supply, cleaning material, general, what are all these things? And then, so one is here is pre-opening, and then this is post opening, and what you need is the total amount. And so and then inventory. So now inventory, INV stands for inventory, and IQUIP stands for equipment. I just wanted to say that. And so the item, so you put there with the item you purchase, the price that you're going to pay, if you've already made any deposits made, how much you've done that, and when you've made those deposits. And one of the things I would do is, like, if you made multiple deposits, maybe you can put like, let's just say, let's just see if it allows you to put multiple dates in here. So yeah, it looks like if you have multiple deposits, you could put in, looks like you can put multiple dates, or for a cleaner thing, it'd probably be better to just put the 1-2 deposit you made and the 2022 on another deposit. And then the vendor, so who you're paying and their contact information. Now, one of the lenders is going to see eventually is all the invoices and or estimates that you're going to be paying out. And so that's that's something that's going to be needed to be done. Now, if you're buying somebody from a private individual company, you know, you can kind of do the same thing, and their contact information and so forth. And the contact information would be the phone number, email address, or website would be what you could put on there. Now, money already spent. Okay. And I'll read this to you. So it says your SBA loan equity injection doesn't have to be cash down payment. The SBA's mission is to make it easy as possible for small businesses to get financing. And I know there's a lot more paperwork for SBA loan than another loan, but typically sometimes the interest rates is better than some of the other private loans and so forth. And some other businesses that it's harder to get financing for. So they offer some flexibility when you make money down and all those following resources eligible. And so here's what they want to do. The money that amount you spent, what was the purpose of paying for that, or maybe the item that you paid for, the date that you purchased it, and the source of the funds. So did you, because one of the things that the lender is going to want to see is to verify that you've actually made that investment, to see that those funds actually came from your checking account. So take some time to get the receipts and so forth when you spent it, and then match that to the actual checking account that you have. And maybe what I'll do is make another video on that process. But like, so if you want me to create another video for that, let me know and put that in the chat. But so make sure you put down what the source of funds, and this is pretty detailed, a lot more detailed than the previous video that I had done. And I think this is a really great thing. Now, if you want this document, there'll be a link, a site where you can get access to this. And of course, like this video, share it. And if you have any questions, put that information in the chat. All right. Well, thank you for watching this video. Thanks for time. And you have a blessed day. Thank you.